Alright, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Heathens Haunt. Um, I'm Carl, if you haven't watched the channel yet. But today is another Poetry Bomb video. Poetry Bomb video. Like I'd said when I was doing the last video that I uploaded, I was planning on doing Crazy, which is one of my favorite poems that I've ever wrote. And one of the things that's kind of important about it is the fact that having mental health issues and being involved with mental health, this is something that kind of stands out. And it's just basically kind of a way of normalizing everyone because it just comes down to the simple fact that no matter how sane you think you are, you know, there's no way to really ascertain where insanity really sets in. I mean, we all have our own little quirks and insanities, and this is just my smart ass way of dealing with it. So, without further ado, Crazy. Who am I? Even better, what am I? No, I'm not insane. It just sounds that way. At least I think so. I could be wrong. Who can really say? Not you. Some doctor came up with insanity. Where did he get his criteria from? I'm normal. For me at least. Besides, who are you to judge me? You don't even know who I am. In my mind, you may be crazy. No one really knows. Trying to explain just gets me into trouble. Sometimes it seems pointless to argue, so I won't. Live in your shielded little world. Just leave me alone. Who knows? Maybe we're all crazy. It fairly tame. I mean, just depends on how you want to look at it, I guess. But just a nice, quick, short, simple, sweet poem. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I have two brewing videos coming up, and now that I actually have my workspace set up a little bit better, I have kind of ghetto rigged a work table. One of the big things that's kind of a theme on some of the stuff that I'm creating as far as the artwork goes is because my budget is super, super tight. I am doing a lot of reclaimed materials. And so the table itself is absolutely kind of going that route just for the simple fact of I know a place that they had a stack of cinder blocks that they were willing to give up. And so I basically drug them home, and I have basically took some of the wood that I've reclaimed until I can get my hands on an actual table surface. And so I've got some 1x6s and a 1x8 that are basically strung across the top of the cinder blocks. So that way I'm not working on top of a Rubbermaid tote or any other small surface that was at my disposal. Because with my budget, my furniture is absolutely very limited. But it's just one of those things, you know. Basically, going to show and prove that you can start out with little to nothing and still create great pieces of art, and you can work in a multitude of mediums with or without a bunch of expensive tools and fancy gadgets. Because as you guys know, I've basically kind of said, anybody that's following me on other media, um, I've got a cheap handsaw. I've got a sanding block. a Dremel and a bunch of attachments, and basically the rest of my tools are all just cheap hand tools that I've basically been fortunate enough to find the means to come up with. And at this point, I have spent several minutes babbling about this. So, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the poem, and check me out on Patreon. Follow me on any other social media. I've got some of the links, and um, I've just been so busy that I've just got a multitude of things that I'm working on. I need to find a little bit of time to finish up getting a logo done and various other things. But the projects and the jewelry and stuff that I'm working on has been kind of my prime focus. But there's a lot more content coming, and I should be finding ways to get better angles and views for being able to get some filming going. So give it a check out. And as always, I'll holler at you guys later.